Thanks, guys. This is my friend Joe on the saxophone, Jim on the bass here. Great guys, and we're going to have more music by them in a little while. And welcome to the Road Poets Studio. This is our first show, so we're a little bit, spastic, but we're doing good. We're doing fine. Now, if you love cars, bikes, music, poetry, art, TV shows, you're in the right place. You're at the Road Poets Studio. Thank you very much. So tonight we're going to have my friend on, but I want to read a poem for a reason. You'll understand it afterwards. I watched the old man walk through the car show, lean on his cane, stopping to pause to reminisce every now and then. This one talks loud to me, you'd say, pointing to the old sedan, just like my first car, back in '63. Me and my brother Jim and my best friend Bob all worked together that summer on a farm. We lost Jimmy in '69 to Vietnam. Bobby went on to be a firefighter in a city nearby. We lost Bobby to an arsonist flames in '85. I watched the old man walk through the car show, leaning on his cane. Then the old man stopped and paused with tears in his eyes and pointed them once again. My father drove a car just like this when I was in junior high. It's funny how you miss him the more and more as the years roll by. I watched the old man walk through the car show, leaning on his cane. The old man stopped and pointed to the most beat car in the row and said, "My God, where did the years go?" Me and Bobby and Jimmy bought an old wreck like this in the fall of '64, spent the winter building a stock car of it, and began to race it in the spring of '65 with Jimmy at the wheel. We raced it right up to the fall with Jimmy went away. We won our share of bomber trophies, and I can still remember, as bright as yesterday, the pride I felt when I looked up at the stands and seen Mom and Dad sitting there in the stands, watching them beam with honor whenever Jimmy was handed the checkered flag. That was before Jimmy went away, years before we lost Bobby to the flames, or Mom and Dad ever passed away. I watched the old man walk through the car show, leaning on his cane, and I knew he'd never be this close to home again, for these were more than old cars to him. These were cherished memories of family and friends. My friend Lou Story, originally from Beverly here, I thought I wrote that about him, but I didn't. It's a composite of many, many people I've known and love. And if we got a gentleman here tonight, Charlie Austin, Houston. Okay, we got your name right this time. Charlie Houston. You got, what is your car?
1928 Model A.
That is so beautiful. Now, what gave you the idea to build such a fine car?
Well, there's a fellow down in Essex who's got one almost like it.
Yeah?
When I saw it, I says, I got to have one of those. So the only way to get it...
How long did it take you to build that?
9 months.
9 months?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how long it takes to make a kid.
I've heard of cars like that taking people years to build.
Yeah, no. 9 months.
Now, what kind of engine it has?
It's a Model A engine.
Did you rebuild it yourself, or?
No, it's the way I got it.
Yeah?
I bought the frame and the engine, transmission, rear end, and the wheels. And the rest of it's all manufactured in my garage.
Yeah. What did you, I noticed that it's got this beautiful brass grill. Now, how did you form that?
I put the cover over the Model A grill. The Model A radiator is right underneath all that brass.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Same as the lights. The headlights are Model A inside of them tin cans.
Wow. Wow. And the woodwork, it's absolutely perfect. I mean...
Perfect, wow.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've checked that out profusely. That's a nice vehicle.
I appreciate it.
You know?
Yeah.
Now, what's the farthest you've ever taken that? Because I noticed,
Not too far. I'd say probably Groveland, Mass. is the furthest.
Do you ever take it to Skip's car show?
No, that's too far.
That's a big one. Yeah, all right.
Isn't that it wouldn't make it. It's the people behind you don't like you going there.
Yeah. My friend Tom Penny up in Maine has he has the originals and, the original condition. You know how they are, right?
Yeah,
and people line up behind him, but God, him and his wife just love sitting up in the seat, riding them, because there's a whole different feel when you have a car like that. It's,
I pull over to the side when they get too many behind me, and I let them by.
Yeah.
But my daughter says you shouldn't do that.
Now, do you think there's a new show Bob Newhall has? He's got that new show at the White Cow, is it? Are you going to think you'll make it up to that one, ever? Or?
I doubt it, but I might.
Okay, no, I'm just wondering. It's too bad this year we're not having the homecoming show.
They're not?
No, they're not going to have the big show for the homecoming.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And God, that was a beautiful, beautiful show.
Yeah.
And we were very lucky to have it. Next year, folks. Next year, I'm going to beat the brush and see if we can find somebody to help us get that going. Because,
wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I thought it was still on.
Bob told me the truth about that. It took him months to put that together. You know what I mean? It's a lot of work. And so if you folks are out there, you want to help, just jump in on it, because it is a civic event. So I guess we can say that it's a civic event. And these old cars now. I know yours is totally made, fabricated. It's a piece of art. No other word for it. But people with old Fords, old Chevys, they have them because that was what Dad drove.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember I had a 48 Plymouth with a Chrysler 318 in it. A friend of mine sold me. And he bought it because when he was young, he was born in 48. And his grandmother and grandfather had a 48 Plymouth. And that's, so it was like going home. When you get in an old car, it's like going home, and you know what I mean.
I like old because I'm old.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say that, Charlie.
Yeah, I am.
But
me and the truck are the same age, by the way.
Oh yeah, wow.
Same month we were both born.
Wow.
1928.
Now you have a daughter that goes, and then you have a granddaughter.
A great granddaughter.
Yeah. See, I mean. And these are all memories you're building for your family. This is gifts that are going to go on for generations. The pictures and, really. Now, I had an old gentleman on my TV show one time, and when I had Poets Cafe, and after we shot the show that night, he held the VCR. We had VCR in those days. Held the tape, and he says, "I'm not always going to be here." He said, "My grandchildren will have me on television," and this is a great gift, cable TV, public access TV. It's a great gift. And, and your car is a great gift, not only to your family, but all the folks that walk through that car show to enjoy it. And, of course, you've got a lot of collective friends, too, at car shows, I believe.
Oh, yeah. I get to meet a few people.
Yeah, I mean, that's a wonderful thing about it. And,
and
you don't...
and they're all car lovers. That's the best part.
Yeah, I won't ask you how much it costs to build that. But, for relatively the cost of a lower-end brand new car, you can get a vintage car that will bring memories back to you and memories to the family that you have. I mean, that's pretty righteous when you think of it, So, now, we'll be right back. Hello, we're here, man, looking at Charlie's car.
Yeah.
Now, we're not going to ask you how much you got into it, because we know you got your life savings in it, and it's well worth it, isn't it?
And I don't want Uncle Sam to find out what I put in it neither.
Right. Now, here's something a lot of people don't really think much about. Now, this has, what size tires?
21 inch.
And how wide?
4.5.
4.5. Because when the 3.5, 4-inch tires first came out in the mid-teens, they thought they were too big.
Yeah.
There was a big thing about, well, they'll float if you go through water. They'll make the car or the motorcycle go sideways. 3.5-inch tires used to be advertised as Ford tires back in the teens. And today they're minuscule, even for motorcycles. So many things change. There's one thing I really have noticed that I have loved about this car, right here. On that alternator. Tell us about that alternator.
That alternator don't belong there.
I understand, but this is why sophistication sometimes has to meet the primitive. It has to, because that'll get you a lot further, a lot better.
It starts easier and it runs better with the extra juice there.
Yeah.
It originally was a 6-volt system, now it's a 12.
Yeah, I had a 36 Ford with a 6-cylinder that somebody hooked up a 12-volt electric fuel pump. Every time I drove it, it killed the battery. You know, let's hear some music to go with this, Joe. Can't you just hear, you know, see the Great Gatsby following him there with, you know, furniture stacked up? Yesterday he had furniture in this.
Yeah.
Did you pick those chairs out because they matched the wood of the bed?
I didn't pick it. No, I picked that for my grandson. He's getting an apartment house. So he needed the furniture and we picked it up.
Yeah, it's amazing. As soon as you get a truck, everybody's got something they want you to
There
do.
you go, yeah.
Even no matter what your truck it is, it never changes.
No, a truck is a truck.
Now, you were telling me about those headlights.
Yeah, the Model A headlights are inside of them.
But those, you made those yourself? How did you make that? They really look good, like you did a great job here. Like, come on up here and take a look at it, all of us. You know, Jim, what do you think of those headlights?
Love them.
You know what I mean? You drive a Jeep, which is probably almost a 1928 vehicle in disguise.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I know. You know what I mean? Well, it is. It's the same height, same weight. How many cylinders you got in that?
6.
6.
Big
Wow.
tires.
Yeah, big tires. Big tires, big cylinders too, probably. And let's check out this grill. The only thing missing though is the Ford. You got to get a Ford emblem for that.
Got my name on it.
Oh, okay. Here's a man after my own heart, right?
Yeah.
There was another thing I noticed over here. Let me just jump out of your way. There's another thing I noticed over here. Step back a little. Is the fire extinguisher. Now, most people wouldn't think to put that in there.
No, I know better.
Yeah.
I've seen too many old cars catch a fire.
Yeah, well, that was the 36 Ford I mentioned. That was another one. You had to undo the battery cable at night when you went in the house, or they'd set your garage on fire. You know what I mean? Because they would short out. Interesting piece of machinery. Now, how many gears does this have forward?
I got the quick release. I undo that and it's all unhitched.
Wow.
Every night. And I shut the gas off every night.
Yeah. See, it's really the alternator, I believe, that did it with the old cars. And the gas is another good thing because what does this have for a carburetor?
Zenith.
And that was...
Updraft.
Oh, okay.
Updraft Zenith, yeah.
Are they prone to leaking, you know, dripping?
Yeah, well,
like an old Harley?
Bit, yeah,
that's what Harleys, motorcycles have a gas shut off.
Yeah.
Or they have the vacuum gas shut off, but they have it.
Yep.
Now, we notice here, that's copper tubing there.
Tubing, yeah.
Was that kind of stock? Was that original? Or was that your idea?
That was
something
originally that was all rubber.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was a little added bling. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, and the starter there. Now that starter, because well, again, people think this is a little motor. This is not a little motor.
No, it's a good size motor.
You figure Harley 74, it's got 74 cubic inch. Now this has, let me get this straight, at least double and a half.
Oh, more than
this
that.
is
This got
200.
4.5 inch bore.
Yeah, 200 cubic inches, and I think plus 04, like so it's 200.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, it's less than a, but that equals a Chevy 400.
Yeah.
You know, the amount of size in that. Now let's check some of these. Those are the original pedals. Can we zero in on those, brother? I mean, this is a piece of history we're talking about here. You know what I mean? Like, and you did the woodwork.
Yeah, all the wood. It's all wood, the whole thing.
Wow. I mean, now this you got. Oh, that's solid, right?
Yeah, that's solid oak.
Incredible, incredible. You know, in the windshield, one windshield wiper. That's all you needed in those days. Yeah. One light. Let's check that tail light out. Now you got a couple back here too. You're no fool. You ain't going to get taken out by accident. What do you think, Jim? You like that better than your Jeep?
I do.
Oh, I thought you would. I thought you would. You know. Joe, give us some more sound over here. Come on over here, brother. Thank you, folks, for coming out here with us, checking out Charlie Houston's truck, and we hope to see you again next time. But right now, we're all going to bop inside and wrap up the show. Thank you. Wow. Thank you very much, Charlie, for showing us your car.
Hey.
Well, is that car great or what? Here's a picture of it in case you want to see it. That car is so great. Again, that only took you 9 months to build?
So, yeah.
Wow. Anyone help you? You
Oh, no, I spent way too much time in the garage according to my wife. So,
yeah.
Whether you'll call that help or not, I don't know.
Right. Well, yeah, trying to escape the thing, but well, thank you very much, Charlie.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to bring Joe and Jim on. They're going to help me do some music. Now, I've done this before, right? We've done it. Now, this is a poem I wrote. That I was the Poet Laureate at Connecticut Bike Week for 2 years. And the way I got that, I read this poem at an event with about 50 people there. And they decided I should be their Poet Laureate. Now, let's give some music. Biker's a strange breed because when it comes to living, most men act like they're going to live forever and feel shortchanged when they don't. But most bikers know the truth. When it comes to living, we're all just passing through. So you might as well enjoy the ride. So what others measure in dollars and cents, and most bikers measure in speed and chrome, cast iron, stainless steel, black rubber, engine power, and it's what you gauges that counts, not other people's expectations. It's twisting the wick, snapping the next gear, going down the white line, leaving the citizens to stay in line. Because you know the truth, when it comes to life, we're all just passing through, and heaven is just one more gear up. Thank you, guys. We're going to do another one. The name of this one's I've Been Riding. I've been riding and writing since who knows when. My hair was dark and thick and my beard was light and thin. And now I'm grizzled and old and gray. But I still remember that first riding day. You know, now it's not where I want to go that I dream about. It's where I've been mostly that I think about. But I'll keep thinking and dreaming and riding till all my hair and tire tread is gone. And when it comes time for me to leave for that other side, I think I'll take my bike with me for the ride. Wow. This next one is Why Do I Ride? Now, my friend Lizard says this is the definitive biker poem because it pretty well tells it. Why do I ride? It's because of all those times that I stood at the curb, red-eyed, broken-hearted, lost-souled, and when that Harley engine fires, I can't remember why. Why do I ride? It's because when I feel that Harley tranny slip into first, lost money, wrecked cars, lost jobs, wrecked marriages, lost weekends, wrecked lives, all take second place to the rush of first gear. Why do I ride? It's because of the rumble of Harley exhaust as the echo of old rock bands, the beat of ancient tribal drums, and the thunder of horses' hoofs of the angry posse just behind you. Why do I ride? It's because at 60 miles an hour, nobody can look over my shoulder and ask, what's that? Why do I ride? It's because at 80 miles an hour, nobody can ask, who are you? Where are you going? Where have you been? No, all they can do is twist their shoulders, snap their neck, and ask, what was that? Wow, you guys are good, right? You know, every time you're with me, we keep on working on this. Now, this has been the first show of the Road Poets Studio, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're going to watch more of the show. And as time goes on, remember, we ask you, the viewer, if you'd like to, bring your car down, if you'd like to show us your motorcycle, if you can play the instrument, maybe you can play music with Jim. And Joe here, you can jump right in with the guys. That would be so cool. And of course, we'll have more friends like Charlie Austin here. Houston, I keep getting that name wrong. You're going to have to move, I guess. Yeah. I don't know, right?
They're both cities.
Yeah, well, they're also great men from Texas.
There you go.
You know what I mean? And you're a fine man. Thank you, brother. Mm-hmm. And I hope to see you at more car shows. Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Jim. And thank you, folks. And thank our camera crew out there. Big time. Thank you very much.